Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sea Power video, as the game will launch into early access now really tomorrow. Guys, sorry for yesterday. I confused. I thought it was the 11th already on Sunday. But yeah, it's gonna launch tomorrow on the 12th. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see all of your reactions to it when you got your hands on it. I really enjoy my time here, and I really want to set up some scenarios that aren't so standard and that we haven't seen all around, with the US and the Soviets bashing at each other. And here we have an interesting one from a war that in the Western Hemisphere doesn't get talked about a lot, the Indian-Pakistan War of 1971. And that had a naval component as well. And yeah, I have set up 3 submarines here. It's not a super historical one, but some of these submarine classes of the Daphne class got lost in that conflict. And we try to intercept an enemy convoy to DU here at the port city over at the coast over here. There are some convoy ships moving around. We have 3 submarines. There are anti-submarine ships around here as well. Some light frigates and potentially some destroyers. Information, as always, somewhat limited, with all having some spawn chances, outside of a couple of frigates that will spawn for sure. And then there are obviously also neutral ships, as it is the first day of the war, and we need to get a shot on this supply convoy to stop it from entering. The waters here are pretty dangerous. They're relatively shallow, so that is dangerous, but we have to take the risk here. And we have a recon helicopter as well. The helicopters that the Pakistanis had at the time, unfortunately not in the game, so an H3 here is replacing the HH-43 that they would have had in real life. So let's get the party starting here. And let me know down below what kind of scenarios you want to play when you get the hands on the game, and what part of the game you're looking forward to the most. And also leave a like and a subscription if you enjoy the content and want to see more of it. And yeah, let's start to move here into the lane, into the shipping lanes, and let's try to identify what is going on here in general. So yeah, the submarines that we got here are French Daphne class, the Convoy class in Pakistani service. They are built in the mid-60s and shipped to Pakistan as well. And quite a couple of them were built. Yeah, Convoy class here in our service. They have only some straight-running anti-surface torpedoes. And yes, passive guidance. Passive sonar guidance, 8 nautical miles. Decent torpedoes here on these guys. That is our best weapon, obviously. And they have some radar and some ESMs as well. ESM mast is what we got out here now to get the electronic support measures, intercepting radar signals, so that we potentially can get a hold on the enemy. We find the first couple of merchants. Those are Americans here, though. There are more ships over there, whilst our guys here, I believe we can even potentially go to the surface here, as there are no enemies super close by. So let's go to the surface over here. Change depth, surface, and let's change speed. Let's get up a bit further. Though even on the surface we are not super fast. Okay, over here we have some fishing boats. Icelandic flag, obviously not quite correct. But yeah, American ships over here. We have another medium contact over there. And we might want to get you... What is over there? Okay, we found the first enemy ship. The Blackwood corvettes. And the Blackwood is only an auxiliary. Designed as a second-rate ASW vessel, type 14 Blackwood class of vessels served in the Royal Navy. Yeah, and were added to the Indian Navy as well. One of the first fully gas turbine powered ships. Still only going 27 knots. They have limbo mortars here, which have to get pretty close, but they have sonar. So that makes them absolutely dangerous. And the 40mm is a pretty decent anti-aircraft gun as well. So yeah, outside of that, no real capabilities against ships. The 40mm won't be really effective in that regard, but it can shoot our helicopter down, so we want to stay out of range. And it can be dangerous for our Hangar class submarines as well. We can potentially sink it, but that obviously is risky. As it then, if we don't hit it, it can really easily attack us as well. We, for the most part, just want to find the enemy convoy. Okay, we have another contact. It is shown as hostile. And it is turning now towards us. That is somewhat scary. Another contact over here. Going relatively slow. We have no idea what exactly this is over here. Okay, we're closing in on another contact here. Whilst our other submarines are still pretty far out. It's another fishing boat over here. The enemy contact from below though. That one is still interesting. Having to run on the surface, obviously not something that you love to do here. I feel like we might have to do it. Okay, we found another blackwood over here. That is okay. It's not great. I don't want to get too close to it. That's something we can deal with. This is a relatively noisy ship. The enemy convoy should be coming in from somewhere over here as well. Let's try to find them. Okay, another ship spotted ahead of us, but I think that's a fishing boat again. Let's figure that out. As we can get closer here. What is this? Yeah, no, it's a fishing boat again. We haven't had any confirmation about the enemy position yet. Another noise has been found. Potentially south over here. Let's investigate that. So, the last position where we have the blackwood spotted over here is on this mark. So this shouldn't be the blackwood. 9.7 decibel also doesn't speak for the blackwoods, as they are usually louder. The other one is behind the merchant shippings over here. We have to be careful though. It gets into radar range, so we should go into periscope depth again. This one here is able to go into periscope depth now as well, as we're getting closer to this one as well here. Let's investigate. Oh! A lot more contacts now. One of them marked as hostile. The blackwood is still up here. So it must be something new. There's 3 of them over there. Potentially chance for more neutral shipping as well though. We need to find a convoy. Okay, it's another blackwood. What is behind the blackwood though? That's the big question here. More pretty noisy tracks up north as well. A lot of ships being spotted. Those are merchants. They are too far north to be the convoy. It's pretty crazy how far away you can nowadays just hear ships. 60 nautical miles. There's the Blackwood. And it's more neutral merchants. Okay. That is not great. Where are the enemy merchant ships? This shouldn't be them either. So we will send our helicopter around. Oh, we have more visual contacts right behind the merchants, actually. That might be them. Okay, yeah, we found them. Okay. 3 merchant ships spotted. That's the convoy. And now we just have to figure out a way to get there without getting found by the Blackwoods. These merchants are faster than we are right now. Even if we go full below water, we are still too slow, right? Keep up with them. It so far seems like we might got lucky and none of the destroyers are around. But that is not confirmed yet. And the Blackwoods are still problematic. They are pretty far away still. And we have some merchants meant to protect us here. With their noisiness. But outside of that, well, we'll see. Maybe there might still be some. There's a potential for 2 destroyers here. I gave each of them a 60% chance of spawning in, so that the chance is relatively high that one of them at least spawns in. But it seems like we might have gotten lucky, and both of them didn't spawn in. There are more contacts down south. I believe that is most likely more neutrals. But we have the capabilities here to recon this a bit further. We're getting closer to one of the Blackwoods. All Blackwoods positions are currently known. That is pretty good. And yeah, these are massive oil tankers going around. They are too far away to really be helpful right now. Just something that we can't attack. As it's getting night, we are getting closer, but we also have a Blackwood seemingly scouting for us. So we had to reduce the speed over here. We are in a good position though. We might just be able to sink it first Sushuk, as the other Blackwoods kind of drove away from the convoy. We are getting in range as the moon is rising on the horizon right now. We're about to have a good firing arc here. Periscope is out. And we're about to get in range here against all 3 of them. So if we have a look, the first one is in range. Okay, let's set up shots here. Three torpedoes out. Let's see what we can do here. The Blackwood up in the north, nearly in range as well. But the important part are these torpedoes here. As they are running here now. Getting closer to the prey. We're still getting closer for potential good second shot if necessary. So far they haven't realized what is happening. So we are getting closer and closer. Torpedoes only running 25 knots. They're not the fastest. But they have a decent range of 8 kilometers. 8 nautical miles. And that's the more important part here in this engagement. Torpedoes coming in. They look good so far. The Shushuk here has visual range on all of them as well now. And we are getting closer now. Half a mile to go. The merchant hasn't realized anything yet. And the torpedo is going into its final phase here now. Changing depth. And it is good. And it's pretty much perfect there, it seems. As the ship is still moving closer. The last couple meters here. And yeah, it hits perfectly midships. The first merchant in trouble. Torpedo passes by without issues. For the one in the rear as well. Yeah, the merchant's not reacting yet. Meanwhile, up north, we are pretty close to the Blackwood now as well. And we have another torpedo getting pretty close to it here. That one looks pretty good as well. It's another perfect midships hit. Yeah. Another perfect hit. This ship already going under. And we have a hit here on the side. That is perfect. The last torpedo going into its final phase here as well. Getting closer and closer. And seemingly finding its perfect way into the enemy as well. Yeah, even guiding directly for midships here. Bit further, but still a really perfect hit. And all merchant ships here going under. This one is sinking as well. Of that, our mission is kind of done. We can try to get a shot up over here as well, though. Whilst the merchant ship is sinking over here. I'm not quite sure if the victory triggers immediately. We'll see that as well, if I set the trigger correctly. Okay, it's sunk. Should count as a victory now. And let's see if we can sink a Blackwood as well with these torpedoes. That is something I'm pretty interested as well. As our submarine is going pretty slow, but the torpedoes obviously do make a decent amount of noise as well. Meanwhile, the Blackwood is gunning for us. It's now going full speed towards us. We have the sonar coming out. Can we beat the Hunter here? Let's change speed. As the enemy is getting noisemakers out. So far. I believe these lost track. Blackwood is disengaging. The noisemaker is doing a pretty decent job here. Yeah, the first two are going for the noisemaker. And due to the noisemaker, we don't hear anything else. These guys, are they running for the Blackwood? I'm not quite sure. Yes, they're still going for a noisemaker as well. How long is this one holding out? Because if it goes away, can the torps find the Blackwood? We're able to fire one more here. But most likely the Blackwood is going to be able to disengage away from this as well. It's going relatively slowly now. We're coming in from the rear. It might not hear this, as it hears its own noise to the rear. Oh, this is running well so far. Oh, these guys are in search mode as well. They don't hear it, I believe, though. You're not hearing it either? It's not fully stopped. Like, it isn't silent. This is interesting. Is it really silent enough to dodge us over here? No. There we go. No, we are searching. Arg. And we're not finding anything. But it's staying on course, so this one should find it now. Hasn't altered from its course at all. Let's get you back to periscope. Okay, we are running well now. Can we sink a Blackwood here to finalize this event? Can the hunted become the hunter? Come on. Go up here. Yes. This is looking good. The murky water. Oh, 0.4 nautical miles. 0.3. 0.32. We're going into the final phase and we are directly behind the noise. Come on, this can't fail now, right? This is looking really good. This is looking really good. And we got a hit here. That most likely also a kill. You can engage with one more. I don't think that will be necessary. Is it sinking? It doesn't look good for it. Yes, it's going under. Yes! So yeah, this is where we leave it, guys. Another small little scenario built. Let me know down below how you would improve it. I have seen a couple of ideas here as well on how to improve it. Yeah, but let me know down below. And see you next time, guys. Bye bye, and have a great day. As we got a decisive victory here. Mission outcome. With 4 destroyed, none of our damaged. And yeah, we were a bit lucky with them not having any destroyers.